Bonsoir. Comment ça va? Bienvenue to the final video of the Eurosummer series. And for watching, merci beaucoup. This was filmed before the Olympics actually took place. It was so cool to see everything being set up, and I feel like there was a buzz in the air. I think I was actually in my high school French class when I heard that the Notre Dame burned down. Notre Dame, I guess. And that was in 2019. I think it's so funny that they set up those bleachers to watch the restoration take place. The Sacré-Cœur is at the top of the Montmartre hill, which means that we had to walk up the hill to get there, which was so worth it. The novelties in the market nearby were super cheap, and there was this train that could take you all around the hill, and people were selling locks to put on the fence to symbolize your love. Needless to say, the Sacré-Cœur was a high point in our trip. Get it? High point? Because it's on a hill. So who was going to tell me that I had to climb 284 steps to get to the top of the Arc de Triomphe? Oh look, that's where we were yesterday. We decided to go to the top of the Arc de Triomphe instead of the top of the Eiffel Tower because what is the view of Paris without the Eiffel Tower? And right there we can see the Louvre and the Notre Dame in the distance. If I had a nickel for every time I walked around the Arc de Triomphe looking for the subway, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. The Olympic rings on the Eiffel Tower is so iconic. Over here, I feel like they were setting up for something maybe track and field related, and then there was another stadium being set up on the opposite side of the Eiffel Tower. I didn't have any expectations walking into the Musee D'Orsay, but their exhibit on Impressionism, I have no words. I've seen another version of Van Gogh's bedroom at the Art Institute in Chicago, which is also where I discovered my favorite artist, Monet. And my favorite collection by Monet is his garden series. And his residence with his garden is located in Giverny, which is about an hour away from Paris. It's so crazy, but I actually studied this statue in class a few years ago. It was found after the artist passed, and it was originally made of clay and real human hair. I love this floor-to-ceiling piece. The story is that a female dancer asked this artist to create an eye-catching image for her stand. You can pick out the dancer as portrayed in the green skirt, where she's dancing and entertaining customers. Over time, the pieces have been weathered, but I can just imagine how vibrant and full of movement they were. On this next wall, the artist captures vulnerable moments completely unfiltered. For example, there was a painting where the description literally just said that a girl was laying down after putting on her stockings. Literally me. Imagine you're an artist 100 years ago who was tasked with remodeling all of the subway signs for the entire city of Paris. You do your job, make something new, make something different. Everybody hates it, but 100 years later, you have your own exhibit in the Musée D'Orsay. Once we left the Musée D'Orsay, we had a few hours before our reservation at the Louvre. Keep an eye out for the sign outside the metro. Thank you. Where I would describe the Musée d'Orsay as more artistic, I would describe the Louvre as more historic. This is because I feel as though pieces at the Louvre hold their value in their historical significance. For example, they had a wide array of crown jewels, and then there was the entire gallery of great battles. I mainly felt like I was surrounded by a plethora of religious symbolism, which makes sense because from the Dark Ages to the end of the 17th century, the vast majority of artistic commissions in Europe were religious. TheGuardian.com told me that. And I don't think I need to relive the experience in order for you to grasp how much I was feeling when I had to wade through this mob to meet the Mona Lisa. The excitement, the horror, the anxiety. I had to do it twice because my camera was out of focus the first time. The hermaphrodite was another statue that I learned about in class, more so for its significance in gender studies. Funny story, my brother was going to get McDonald's, by the way, for himself, and I was scrolling on TikTok in the hotel room. I saw the street that we were on TikTok Live, and there was a huge protest. Alas, the crowd was dispersed by the time I got there. The Palace of Versailles was the main residence of French kings from Louis XIV to Louis XVI. It became the main residence of the French court and government. The Palace of Versailles was and still is an epicenter for art and culture. They still host events to this day such as concerts and even galas. I literally saw a TikTok of this girl going to the Palace of Versailles for a gala in a gown. Like, where do you even buy a historically accurate 17th or 18th century gown? And what would I have to do to get my hands on one? Anyways, I suspect that since it's so far outside of Paris, the residence is well preserved from the wars. Well, that was until the French Revolution. And since the palace was the center of the French government, it was one of the first places to be attacked. And here we see the Hall of Mirrors. In this very room, the Treaty of Versailles was signed, which officially ended World War I. My brother actually pointed out that this painting was a replica of the original crowning of Napoleon, which is located in the Louvre, just adding to the Louvre's historical significance. Interesting thing that happened, I saw heavily armed men crawling out of a hole in the wall. This is me trying to record them without being noticed.
Somebody told me you're in town, heading in my direction. I felt you coming from behind. I felt the bitter tension, just like I remembered. I'm stronger now that I've been without you here.
Since this was the last day of our Europe trip, we decided to splurge and take a golf cart around the gardens. I do not regret that decision one bit. There is no way we could have covered that much ground on foot.
Cheaters never win. Oh, hide and seek, you're it. Thought we were done, but we're clearly not, 'cause you're coming back for more. Seems like we've been through something like this before. In French we say la vie, super magique de vie. I'll start running, count.
I could have spent an entire day just exploring the grounds of the palace, but we had to catch our train on time in order to catch our plane on time, and I have a bone to pick with the Paris airport, which I will talk about later.
Hide and seek is so much fun. Play it alone. Hide and seek can be so much fun.
Firstly, I want to thank my family for putting up with my this entire trip. POV, you're my family. Can you take a photo of me? Can you take a video of me? Please see us, please see us, please see us, please see us. Next, I would love to thank all of the viewers of this series. I gained 50 subscribers in the last month. When I first started this series, it was to make a collection of my own memories, but all of the positivity and support I've been receiving is so appreciated. And if you haven't already, you can watch all of the other parts of the Eurosummer series on my channel. We went to an Indian wedding, London, Germany, and Switzerland.
Seems like we've been through something like this before. In French we say la vie, super magique.
I hope y'all enjoyed the series, and I hope y'all enjoyed my voiceovers, because you probably will not be hearing a voiceover from me within the next few videos. From this point on, I will be in recovery from hearing my own speaking voice on repeat. I love you, and you matter.